Hello, my name is Tony Berard, and I am a board game inventor and now a card game inventor. I put my work on a site called thegamecrafter.com. So if you go to www.thegamecrafter.com, you will find a bit of my work. One of them is this game here, Fighting Checkers, an upgrade to checkers and international droughts, invented by Tony Berard. Well, that's me. International Droughts is played on a 10 by 10 grid, and this is a 10 by 10 grid. The files are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and the ranks are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so this game is an upgrade to checkers, regular checkers. And the board you get in the box is right here. I put the board on the outside of the box too. It's the same photo. And you get these pieces that come with it. These are the black cubes, and these are the white cubes. And each side gets 40 cubes. The first 4 ranks are 40 cubes, and the last 4 ranks of 40 cubes for black. White side, black side. And so that game is explained in another video that I did. Today I'm going to talk about Hybrid, which is it's an upgrade from Fighting Chess and from Fighting Checkers. So I need to take a moment to explain Fighting Chess. Fighting Chess is played on an 8 by 8 grid. This board comes to us not from the GameCrafter website. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree is an American store. I guess they merged with Everything's a Dollar, because I do remember everything used to be Everything's a Dollar, so apparently Dollar Tree and Everything's a Dollar merged. And they have their website, dollartree.com. And in the store I bought this. It's a chess game by Classic Games. Here's the barcode. If you want to write that down, 63927749088 9. That game is now very difficult to find. Dollar Tree doesn't sell it anymore, and they can't order it. It's still in their system, but it took me probably about 2 months. I got one set right away. That's where that came from. And this came from the second set. I just got that a couple days ago. So I'm making this video now on Hybrid as a result. But I needed these pieces. These are the pieces that come with the set. And when you get a set, they come on a little... I mean, it's so cheesy. This set costs $1. This is about 28 bucks on the GameCrafter site. You know, but if you can get these for $2 more, you can be playing Hybrid on this board. But I need to explain Fighting Chess first. All right, so this is a bishop. In chess, the bishop, you can see it. That's the bishop. In chess, the bishop moves along the diagonals. In Fighting Chess, the bishop gets to move like a king also, so it gains these 4 spots. The rook, here's a rook. The rook moves like a plus sign, but in Fighting Chess, it gets to move 1 space diagonally, gaining it like a king. And so the bishop and the rook are nearly equal. The knight, let me grab a knight here. Here's a knight. Well, let me get a white one. Should vary it up a little bit. This is a knight. You know the knight moves like an L. So up 2 and over 1, up 2 and over 1. I suppose I should put pawns where it can land. So the knight can land there, 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 here and here. And here and here. So that's where the knight can go right now. But a fighting chess knight also gets to move like a king. So the knight gets these 8 squares also. So the knight gains the most in fighting chess over regular chess. So the knight can move to 16 squares. That makes the knight a very powerful piece. These upgrades were done for a reason. The most recent chess championship between Magnus Carlsen and Fabiano Caruana ended in a 12-12 draw. No, a 6-6 draw. They played 12 games for the classical part of it, meaning the normal time controls. And the most recent one was 12 straight draws. The one before that also ended in a 6-6 tie between Magnus Carlsen and Sergei Karjakin. Karyakin? I'm not sure how you say his name. But they each had 1 win apiece in that match. They say Caruana fought much harder. What are you kidding me? 12 straight draws. He didn't get a win. Carlsen didn't get a win either. But anyway, they're claiming that Fabiano Caruana fought Carlsen much harder. But anyway, this isn't about all that. This is about why the upgrade was made. Because the draw death that Capablanca predicted in 1905 or something like that, when the Masters get so good that a draw happens every time, well, at the highest level now, at the World Championship, there were 12 straight draws. So I invented fighting chess to combat that. Many tournaments over the years, the decades, centuries, in chess, they've tried different things to reduce the number of draws. The problem, it should be apparent by now, lies in chess. So I'm doing something about it. All right, so the knight I've shown you. The pawn can now move and capture diagonally like it always could, but it now can move and capture straight ahead. So now the pawn can't be blocked on its way to becoming a queen. But the pawn, like say this was here, the pawn cannot capture on its 2 square initial advance. It can't do that. But if this piece was here, it could capture it and move just like that. All right. What else? In castling, well, this is going to have to be a 2-part video because I'm already almost 8 minutes in, and so I'm not going to have time to explain everything for hybrid, but it'll be a 2-part video. All right. I have to keep these videos less than 15 minutes. I'll probably do the second part a little later on in the week. All right. So the queen is like the normal queen. So she doesn't gain anything in fighting chess. The king is also like the normal king, except the king now, it's had its inviolateness removed. The king in normal chess is inviolate. You cannot capture it no matter what. That's part of the rules. In fighting chess, I have changed that to the king is no longer inviolate. The king now is under the protection of the player. The player has to look after the king's protection. That's where it should have been all along. Making it as a rule has caused quite a few problems. So, because the king is no longer inviolate, if you want to castle, let's say this is the black side of things. That's a king. You can't even see it. So that's a king. And there's the rook. And so with a normal castle, you move the king 2 spaces towards the rook and then slide the rook over where the king moved. That's your castle. All right. If in regular chess, suppose white had a bishop here. This bishop is protecting one of the squares that the king has to castle over. In normal chess, you're not allowed to castle. You cannot castle across the check. In fighting chess, you can castle across a check. Of course, this rook is in danger, but that's up to the player. So castling is okay across a check. Let's say the bishop was here. Because the king is no longer inviolate, it's a legal move to castle into check. Of course, your opponent's just going to capture your king, but you can do it. There's nothing stopping it. And let's say the bishop was here. Check. Well, the king can castle while he's in check in fighting chess. In regular chess, it's not allowed. Something else has to be done. But in fighting chess, that's perfectly legal. So a king can castle while he's in check, across a check, and even into check. So that's quite a startling new thing. And what else? The pass option is in effect. So you can pass on your turn in fighting chess. In normal chess, you do not get to pass. You must make a move. There's two lower level absolutes that interfere with the great machinery of chess. One is that you must make a move. What if you don't want to make a move? There's plenty of positions that occur in the literature where it's not good to make a move, yet the player has to make a move to continue the game. And so such a move is called Zugzwang, Z-U-G-Z-W-A-N-G. It's a German word, I think. And it means constraint to move. And so it's if you do not want to make a move, but the rules say you have to. Well, in fighting chess, you don't have to now. You can pass. So you can just punch your clock, and now it's the opponent's turn. And you didn't make a move damaging your position. This gets rid of stalemate. The two fixes that I've done, making the king no longer inviolate, and passing, those two things get rid of stalemate, because stalemate arises as a result of your king is in check, or no, your king is not in check, but anything you do makes your king be in danger. So you cannot satisfy the requirement of making a move, but you can also not satisfy the requirement of making your king or keeping your king inviolate. Those two cannot be satisfied. That's why stalemate results, which I call that a lower level clash of absolutes in the game. It's actually a game crisis. So that is solved in fighting chess. So now the player looks after his own king, and stalemate cannot happen. So those are two good things. And as a result, Zugzwang is gone too. All right. So I've got about 2 minutes. In fighting checkers, the checkers, these are checkers, the little cubes. They can move one space forward in any of the 3 forward directions. That's a new thing, because in regular checkers they can only move diagonally. They can also move 2 spaces. I call that a vacant hop. It's like hopping over an empty square. So they can do that. And you can do a multi-jump. A multi-jump, let's say you had a checker there. So a multi-jump is you can jump in those same 3 directions over your own or an opposing piece. There's a black piece here I put. So this last hop was over a black piece. You can't really tell. I guess if I zoom in, you can see it. But the color is so close to the square of the color. So that would be a multi-jump. Suppose it was here like this. You could jump over the 2 opposing pieces and jump over your own piece that way. These 2 opposing pieces would get removed in fighting checkers. All right, I now have to sign off. We'll have to finish this in the second part of the video. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you in part 2.